A year and a half was that I had electrolyte problems, I had muscle cramps, I had sleep disturbances, heart palpitations, declining sex hormones. Testosterone goes from a total of like 800 to 500,
wow. Sleep
disturbance. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? And then I came across this paper that nobody had ever showed me in medical school, talking about how insulin affects the kidney and actually signals to the kidney to hold on to electrolytes. And so if we don't get an insulin signal from our meals, we waste sodium, and along with the sodium, everything else flows out. That's the way the kidneys work.
Yo, Paul Saladino, hit my line. Let me put you on game. Everybody tag him. So the reason that you can't hold on to these electrolytes is because in keto and all this stuff, right, the only way that you get glucose is through gluconeogenesis. But gluconeogenesis, I'd never looked at it this way, but what it does is that the sugar that produces is actually pyruvic acid, which is the fuel source for the Krebs cycle, right? And the way that it creates this is by taking low concentrations of acetone from all those electrolytes that your liver is now flushing, because it has to take in this acetone, which is then converted into propylene glycol, which then through a series of steps is what's converted into ATP. The series of steps is when you take pyruvate, you break it down with ketones into the Krebs cycle, which then ends in ATP. So when people have this ketoacidosis, it's because there's too many ketones in their bloodstream and not enough pyruvate to fuel for the fuel, because the pyruvate acid is the fuel source. So in keto, when you're, the only way that you get this pyruvate acid is through gluconeogenesis, and this puts a whole lot of stress on your liver, and that is why, Paul, everything got flushed out. And this is why with an all fruit diet you don't get flushed out, and you don't have this insulin issue, because you have all the sugar. And then the sugar, if you're in an alkaline body, right, these monosaccharides act as reducing sugars. The sugar is reduced through glycolysis, and the end product of glycolysis is pyruvic acid, which is the fuel source for the Krebs cycle. So on this low glycemic diet, your body is still going to be producing ketones, and now you're going to have an unlimited source of fuel via pyruvic acid, unlike on keto, where you're getting this very minuscule amount of pyruvic acid via gluconeogenesis and destroying your liver in the process. Paul, I hope you see this video, and I hope you get in contact with me, because I'd love to work something out. I got everything. This, like, you guys only are looking at this from the carnivoric side. Like, I was on keto for over 10 years, right? Like, I ate meat. I understand how crazy this all fruit diet sounds, but you got all the info right there. You know everything, but you just can't connect all the dots on an all fruit diet.
Come on, man. I was just a young model.